The grading system in Jujutsu Kaisen is extremely biased, and that's because politics actually takes precedent, which is why special grade designations were given to those with the ability to take over nations with raw power. Gojo can manifest colored balls of destruction, Ghetto can summon an endless barrage of powerful curses, Yuta can copy almost every curse technique, and Yuki can make black holes capable of destroying the planet. But this one-sided perspective on the curse system is flawed and exclusionary, completely neglecting the exceptions to the system, such as Maki and Toji's heavenly restrictions. But Kinji Akari is the best example because he's respected on the same tier as Yuta, but since he was an outlier, he was rejected. The higher ups fear power they can't understand, and that's why Gojo is so insistent on reformation.
大丈夫でしょ。だって君弱いもん。
Now, one of the many problems of the special grade ranking system is the fact that they put Gojo there, and that's because bro is in his own league, and scaling him against the other three is honestly an insult, when he could arguably 3v1 them and still have time to defeat Sukuna.
Gojo is a literal god amongst men, and there isn't a minute of screen time where he doesn't try to remind the audience of that fact. He's the strongest sorcerer alive and deserves credit when credit is due.
Born with both the Six Eyes and the Limitless as his innate ability, propelled Gojo to an equilibrium-crushing force of nature.
He's so powerful, you could argue that he's suffering from success because no one can compete with him.
As they say, it's lonely at the top, showcasing a side of Gojo rarely discussed. Because he transcended human limitations as the Honored One, he can only find comfort with the top dogs of the Jujutsu world.
Sukuna regained all his power, he might cause me a little trouble.
But would you lose?
I would win.
Gojo vs Sukuna is one of the most anticipated fights in modern shonen. This is a matchup hyped up from day one, and now it's currently the most pivotal plot point in Jujutsu Kaisen. And that's because Gojo and Sukuna are two sides of the same coin, two forces classified as the Honored Ones, who altered the world by simply existing. Neither has an inkling of humanity, they're bona fide monsters and walking calamities, and they can understand each other because they're overpowered, isolated at the top of the pecking order, living godly and lonely. And that's why the chapter ends with a manga panel, with a scene straight out of SpongeBob.
How the hell can you look at me like this and say I'm okay?
You're lucky that you got off so easy.
As a student, Ghetto shared the title The Strongest with Gojo. With his deep pool of cursed energy, an adaptable skill set, and a strategic mindset, Ghetto was closer to Gojo's equal than anyone else, and that's why he was awarded his special grade status.
On multiple occasions, he's effortlessly defeated experienced cursed users. His cursed spirit collection was dense with variety, and he was highly capable in close quarters combat. Often, sorcerers have to move in groups to take down these curses, but like Gojo, Ghetto was a one-man army.
But what really set Ghetto apart was his ideology, which initially motivated him to fight and protect the weak.
And then later, it would be his convictions that caused him to step away from Jujutsu High and wage war.
It was during this period of time that Ghetto got his real street cred as a cursed user, labeled the worst of all of them due to the significant danger he presented to humanity.
Come out! Rika!
Yuta is the newest player added to the roster of special grade cursed sorcerers recognized by Jujutsu High. Yuta next to Gojo is the most unique existence in the JJK world, having the vastest quantity of cursed energy in the verse.
After being consumed by Rika's vengeful spirit, Yuta was immediately registered as a special grade due to Rika's immense power, and his growth since joining Jujutsu High borders on demonic.
Yuta is such a monster that in the 2017 Goodwill event, he dominated the entire competition without manifesting Rika. He's tactically intelligent and has the most versatile skill set in Jujutsu Kaisen.
All his physical abilities are greatly enhanced, contending with Yuji's superhuman strength. And with his connection to Rika, he can copy almost any curse technique.
And in the Culling Game arc, Yuta was constantly outputting his reverse curse technique, allowing him to heal and restore damage dealt continually.
Although dubbed the Curse Child, Yuta is undoubtedly blessed with his surplus power.
He's a walking calamity, and the king to the queen of curses.
So, when it comes to women, what's your type?
Yuki's abilities are generally unknown in the Jujutsu world, and even as a special grade sorcerer, she's kind of an anomaly. The Jujutsu High higher-ups who designated her status are even in the dark. What we do know is that Yuki has immense cursed energy. She's a former star plasma vessel, and in close combat, her cursed energy combined with her cursed technique is so proficient she basically transforms into a monster.
And if that wasn't enough, she's absurdly durable and can manifest a simple domain to counter or neutralize all curse techniques in a given area. She also has a habit of asking guys what type of girls they like. She makes full use of her position.
Because she's a special grade, her salary doesn't stop despite the fact that she refuses requests, and so she constantly spends her time overseas.
Yuki is a unique character because she's this overpowered monster, external to the story's core, who indirectly motivated the main antagonist down the wrong path.
But Yuki's true potential was only displayed in her clash with Kenjaku, to which she put up a good effort but wasn't given her justice. The ranking system designed by the Jujutsu higher-ups has many broken gears, as they impose a philosophy that doesn't necessarily coincide with all Jujutsu sorcerers. Gojo wants to change the system. The higher-ups are corrupt and misogynistic, and they treat sorcerers like they're expendable, while also neglecting the psychological warfare plaguing their mind. Not to mention, they freely discard potentially valuable sorcerers because they fear change. With that being said, the special grade system, although biased, was something they did get right. It's simply a label for those classified as walking natural disasters and the power to reshape the world.